Okay, Helio College Math students, in this video we're going to learn about measuring the spread of a set of scores. And we're going to use two measures. We're going to use the range and the standard deviation. So the range is simply the largest score minus the smallest score. So in this set of numbers we have at the top here, the smallest score is 7 and the largest score is 15. So the range will be 15 take 7, which is 8. Here we've got a stem and leaf plot. We probably haven't watched the video on this yet, but they're reasonably simple to interpret. It's saying that 0/8 means 0.8 kilograms. So this entry here, the smallest one, is 0.8. Can you decide what the largest one is? Right up here, what does this mean? 3/2. That means that one of these spawning trout was 3.2 kilograms. That's the largest. So for this case, the range is 3.2 take 0.8, which is 2.4. Now, if we've got a table like this, there's no way of knowing exactly what each of these scores are. We just know that there were two people who were going somewhere between 40 and 50 kilometers an hour. There were three that were somewhere between 80 and 90, and so forth. So all we can do is use the groups that we have, and the highest possible group in this case was from 90 up to 100. These are in groups of 10, okay? So this one's 40 up to 50, 50 to 60. So this last group goes all the way up to 100. I know it doesn't show it there, but we know the group sizes are 10. So the range in this case is the most that someone could have been going to and be in this table is 100, and the slowest is 40. So we just use the range of the groups that are given. Okay, so that's range. Now standard deviation is quite a complex calculation. However, we don't need to do that calculation. We're just going to use the calculator to do this, but you need one of the TI Inspire calculators to get the standard deviation. So grab one of those calculators if you haven't got one and get it fired up, and we'll go through the steps of finding standard deviation. So once we have the calculator there, from the home screen, we want to go into this green list here. Okay, and I'll go ahead and enter this data into this list. So let's see. I'm going to enter that first list there. So we've got 12, 7, 15. So you go ahead and enter this and practice and make sure you can get the same answer as what I do. Okay, so I'll maximize this now. Righto, so there are the scores there. And I'll call this list whatever you like. I'll call it scores. You can use a shorter word if you like. Right, so now we go to Menu, Statistics, Stat Calculations, One Variable Statistics. So the very first one. We've only got one list of numbers, so we say OK, and we tell the calculator we want it to do the scores, the list we called scores. So say OK to that, and here's the standard deviation here, S for standard deviation. Okay, so it's a funny looking symbol, but that's it there. So 2.52982, so we could say 2.5 or 2.3, something like that. So it's as simple as that. Now, let's look at this table situation. How do we handle a table like this? Well, for starters, we can't put in, this group here, this first one is 40 all the way up to, but not quite including 50. Right, and we can't put that into the calculator, So we need to put in the midpoint of that group. That's what we do, is we put the midpoints of these groups in. So what's exactly halfway between 40 and 50? What number? Well, of course, it's 55. I beg your pardon, 45. So we'll put in the midpoint of each of these groups. So we'll have 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, and 95. And then we'll just put the frequency as per normal. So let's get a new list happening. I'll just go out to the home screen and go here, and I'm going to have our midpoint here and frequency there, just like that will do. You can use any words you like, just as long as you remember what they are. So my midpoints, I'll put them in here. So we put the midpoints of the groups. Okay, and then we'll put our frequencies here. There's 2. What else do we have? 5, 13, and 631. Okay, so that's what we need to enter. Then we do the same steps pretty much. Just watch carefully, because here I'm going to go to one variable statistics. Now this is confusing because you're thinking, well, there's 2 lists, but we still just say 1 list here. So we always just say okay to that. Now what we do is, in this part, we tell the calculator, okay, these are the X list, the first list is the midpoints, and our frequencies we put into here. So we put that second list in there. That's where the frequencies go, because that's what they are, they're frequencies. So the calculator will still know there's 2 lists. And we go down, and this time the standard deviation is 11.5669. Okay, so you guys had better get crunching your numbers from the data that you collected so that you can find the measures of spread for your numerical data.